Okay, you've been used to solving equations with the variable on just one side. Now the variable is going to be on both sides of the equation. See, this time we've got k with a 5k on the left side of the equation. We've got 3k on the right side of the equation. But what we want, as always, what we want is for it to have an answer that says at the bottom k equals. So we want the variables to be on one side and the answer to be on the other side. So how are we going to do this? Let's draw our line. And then we go, the typical thing to do, the best thing to do is to move the smaller number to the side where the larger number is with the variable, okay? So 3 is smaller than the 5, so we're going to move the 3k. The opposite of plus 3k is minus 3k. So now we rewrite 2 plus 5k minus 3k leaves us with 2k equals, these cancel each other out, and you're left with negative 6. Now we want to have the k's by themselves, so we get rid of the 2 here, minus 2 on this side and minus 2 on this side. And that gives us, these cancel each other out, that gives us 2k equals negative 8. Now we want to get rid of the 2, so because we want to get rid of the 2, it's currently multiplying, so we'll divide by 2 on both sides. And that leaves us with, continue the line on down, k equals negative 4. So the key to it was to move the smaller variable to the side of the larger variable. Alright, this one is x over 2 plus 1 equals 1/4 x minus 6. Now the key here is to figure out which one is the smaller of the two variables. These are written in different ways. X over 2 is really 1x over 2, and you could write that as 1/2 x, which compares to the 1/4 x a whole lot better. So we've got 1/2 x and 1/4 x. Which one's smaller? Well, if we make this into fourths, we've got to multiply everything by 2, so that would give us 2/4 x. So the 1/4 is smaller. So let's draw a line. And we're going to go minus 1/4 x minus 1/4 x. Draw a line. That leaves us with 2/4 minus 1/4 leaves us with 1/4 x plus 1 equals negative 6. Now we want to get rid of the 1, so we go minus 1 on both sides. And that leaves us with 1/4 x equals negative 7. We want to get rid of the 1/4. Remember, when we want to get rid of a fraction that's multiplying, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4 over 1. And that's going to cancel out the 1/4 and leave you with x equals 7 times 4 is 28 over 1. So it's negative 28. Alright, it's your turn. We'll pause the video, do this one, and then come back to me. Okay, so we've got 5a and negative 7a. Which one's the smaller of the two? Well, a negative number is always smaller than a positive number. So we're going to move the negative 7a over here to the 5a. So let's draw a line down the middle here. And we're going to move the 7a, so we're going to add 7a to both sides because the opposite of negative 7a is positive 7a. So we're adding 7a to both sides. 5a and 7a make 12a plus 2 equals 6, and the 7a's cancel each other out. Now we want to get rid of the 2, so we go minus 2, minus 2. The reason we want to get rid of the 2 is because we want the variable to be all by itself. So we get rid of that 2. That leaves us with 12a equals 4. Now we need to get rid of the 12. The 12 is multiplying, so the opposite of multiplying is dividing by 12. Draw a line, extend our line on down. That leaves us with A equals 4/12. Both of them are divisible by 4, so that leaves us with 1/3. Did you get that? I hope you did. Alright, this one's a little bit different. We got some distributive property involved here, but let's see how we do. 6 times 5 is 30 m. 6 times negative 3 gives us negative 18. 1/3 times 24. 1/3 times something is the same as dividing by 3. So 24 divided by 3 is 8 m. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. So now that we've simplified it, we can draw a line down the middle. 8 is smaller than 30, so we're going to move it to the other side. 8m minus 8m. Draw a line. That leaves us with 22m minus 18 equals, these cancel each other out, leaves you with 4. Then we do plus 18, because the opposite of subtracting 18 is adding 18. That leaves us with 22m equals 22. Then we divide by 22 because the opposite of multiplying by 22 is dividing by 22. Draw a line indicating a new step. Extend this line down. That gives us m equals 1. Okay, so here we go. Simplify it first before you start the process of solving it. 5x plus 5 equals 3 times 5 is 15x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And then we've got negative 10x. That leaves us with 5x plus 5 equals 15x minus 10x is 5x minus 12. We went 15x here minus 10x left 5x, and then bring down the negative 12. Alright, so now we draw a line. We go minus 5x and minus 5x. If I have 5 apples and I take away 5 apples, I'm left with 0 apples, so there's nothing to write there. So we're left with 5 equals, we're in the same situation here. 5 apples minus 5 apples leaves us with 0 apples, and we are left with minus 12. Well, we've got 5 equals negative 12. That's not a true statement. So anytime you get it, this is a special situation whenever you're solving algebraic equations. Whenever you get a statement that is always false, like 5 equals negative 12, or 2 equals 3, or 0 equals 19, that means there is no solution to this problem. There is nothing that you could put in there that would give you a true statement. So this is a no solution answer. Let's try this one. Remember, simplify it first before you start solving it. 3 times 2 is 6b. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Minus 7 equals 6b minus 10. Now we got to simplify the 3 and the 7, so let's go 6b. Negative 3 and negative 7, same signs, add and keep. So that gives us negative 10 equals 6b minus 10. So we go minus 6b, draw a line, and minus 6b, new step, that leaves us with negative 10 equals negative 10. And negative 10 is always going to be equal to negative 10. That's a true statement all the time. So whenever you have a true statement all the time, that is called an identity solution. And that means that it has infinite. You could put anything in there, infinite solutions. You could put any number in there and you would come up with a true statement. So if you come up with something that says -5 equals -12, an untrue statement, then you get a no solution answer. If you come up with -10 equals -10, or 2 equals 2, or 0 equals 0, or B equals B, that means there are infinite solutions. And the last one is that whenever you have one solution, like when it says x equals 2, that means that 2 is the one solution that will answer that problem. Alright, let's try this one. You've got 6 times y, 6y. 6 times -5 gives us -30. 2 times 10 gives us 20. And 2 times 3 gives us 6y. So now we draw our line. We've got -6y and -6y. You're probably already able to see what's going to happen here. But let's work it on out. That leaves us with -30 equals 20. These cancel each other out. These cancel each other out. And so you've got -30 equals 20 is an untrue statement, and so we have no solution.